The very best.
You found the G-spot. X-Play is coming up next. Then Unscrewed with Martin Sargent at 11:30.
Today on X-Play, this is it, Halo 2, the biggest Xbox game of the year. We have multiplayer, Halo history, and our review of Halo 2. Prepare for shock and awe. It's game time. Please welcome two people who'd rather be playing Halo 2 right now, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Not because of you, it's just because the game's better than people.
Hello and welcome to this special Halo 2 edition of X-Play.
Yes, this is the biggest Xbox game of the year, possibly the biggest game of the year. I can barely get it out. It's here, and later in the show we have a review of Halo 2.
But that's just the beginning. Now, the first Halo was the best-selling Xbox game ever, and now Bungie, Halo's developers, are set to break their own sales record.
And we'll tell you why by showing you everything you ever wanted to know about the multiplayer in Halo 2.
Plus, we'll investigate the games that led up to the creation of Halo 2.
And we'll show you all the very special things we learned from the Halo series.
But we kick things off by totally spoiling the end of the first Halo.
Yes. If you haven't beaten the game by now, you never will.
Nope.
Or you have a PS2.
And if you didn't beat it on Legendary mode, then you haven't seen everything yet. But, well, you will, because we're going to show it to you right now. The final moments of Halo. To stop the Covenant Armada and prevent the release of the Flood upon unsuspecting galaxy, you must destroy the Ring World. You fight your way through your crashed ship. Then it's a simple matter of setting off a chain reaction in the fusion drive and getting the hell out.
You have 6 minutes before the fusion drives detonate. We need to evac now.
Or not so simple. Yeah, Halo, perhaps the greatest console shooter ever, ends with a driving level. You have to drive the crappy-ass Warthog all the way through the ship, avoiding hordes of enemies and about 100 poorly placed columns. Frozen columns. Make it through, and you are rewarded with this ending cutscene.
Cutting it close.
Here we go. Come here, you mother bummers! Oh, this is it, baby. Hold me.
Did anyone else make it?
Scanning. Just dust and echoes. We're all that's left. We did what we had to do for Earth. An entire Covenant Armada obliterated, and the Flood. We had no choice. Halo, it's finished.
No. I think we're just getting started.
Hold me, Morgan.
Nice try, but the show isn't going to blow up. least I hope not. Anyway, the first Halo sets up the events in the sequel, but what came before Halo numero uno?
We'll show you when we took a look back at what Bungie was doing in the years before Halo took over every Xbox in America, like the Flood. In the beginning, there was Pathways into Darkness. Bungie's first foray into first-person shooting was also the first original FPS on the Mac, and it was revolutionary. Stop laughing. It was 1993, and Pathways had paved the way for the game that put Bungie on the proverbial map. Marathon was like nothing anyone had seen before in any first-person shooter, let alone one on the Mac. It was 3D. It had a complex and interesting story told through the use of computer terminals. It had a really tiny display window. You play as a mysteriously powerful security officer trying to eradicate the Four, aliens who invade your space station, the Marathon. The massive popularity of Marathon gave way to Marathon 2, Durandal, named after the rampant AI who kidnaps you at the end of the first game. Marathon 2 introduces many of the gameplay elements that would eventually find their way into the Halo games. The nameless hero can dual-wield weapons more effectively now. And you're assisted by soldiers called Bob. Halo fans may recognize much of their chatter.
Get me out of here.
Marathon 2 had real 3D environments, more intelligent enemies, the first swimming sequences in an FPS, and big green sewer monsters that fling poo. Thus far, there has been no poo flinging in the Halo series, but hope springs eternal. Finally, Marathon Infinity, an inscrutable finale that takes you through multiple timelines, realities, and reveals with a fair amount of certainty that the hero of the trilogy is indeed the last of 10 Mjolnir cyborgs stashed on the Marathon when it left Mars hundreds of years prior. It would be 5 years before Bungie would return to deep space run-and-gun warfare. Huh, look familiar? Halo hit the Xbox with the force of an orbital bombardment. The hero Master Chief is a Spartan cyborg sporting the latest in Mjolnir combat armor. Huh, slightly familiar resemblance there. It was a long road to Microsoft console. Halo began life on the Mac, migrated to the PC, and was originally a third-person shooter with, shall we say, less than pretty environments. The massive success of Halo catapulted Bungie into the industry spotlight, and the rest, as they say, is an endless string of sequels. And maybe poo-flinging, we hope.
Oh yes, we can only hope for photorealistic poo-flinging in a future Halo game. Yeah, except it's totally gross.
It is?
Yes.
You know, if you watched that Pathways into Darkness footage and thought, wow, that looks like crap, chances are you were born in the 90s, because back when that came out, we thought it was beautiful.
Yes, and how those giant brown frogs made chicken noises. They haunted our nightmares. Guess that is a little embarrassing.
Yeah, it is.
Coming up, we give you more Halo 2.
Rated teen. Super strength, super speed, invisibility, elasticity. These are your powers. The only way to survive being the Incredibles is to truly be incredible. Disney Pixar's The Incredibles video game available now.
It doesn't take an expert to figure out. New Colgate Max Fresh is the only whitening toothpaste packed to the max with mini breast strips that dissolve like this. And there you have it. New Colgate Max Fresh with mini breath strips packed with freshness.
Hey. No. Hey.
Okay, here.
Here. Mm-mm.
All right.
All right. My man.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking double because of Domino's new Double Melt Pizza. Layer upon layer of flavor with a creamy blend of cheeses and herbs between two thin crusts. Buy your medium one-topping Double Melt Pizza for $9.99 and get any second medium pizza for just $5 more.
Hey, don't.
Get the door. It's Domino's new Double Melt Pizza.
Hey, big Elton John fan?
Yeah.
Well, then here's your dream ticket. You only find it at Best Buy.
Dream Ticket is Elton John's spectacular 4-disc, 4-destination concert DVD. Featuring radiant performances from around the world. Elton John's Dream Ticket can only be found at Best Buy. Thousands of possibilities. Get yours.
have experienced the legend. Now it is time for you to join the quest. Behold the future of online gaming. EverQuest 2, where adventure comes alive. Rated T for teen.
Watch, play, win, hyperactive!
We have a new online game everyone is talking about.
Every weeknight while you watch X-Play and Unscrewed with Martin Sargent, go online and play Hyperactive along with the shows. You can win an iPod Mini and other cool stuff. Go to g4techtv.com/hyperactive and play along every weeknight at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. It's time for G4 Tech TV's Digital Digs Dash. Want to win one of 4 $25,000 shopping sprees? Then get the code.
High speed.
Now log on to g4techtv.com/digitaldigsdash and enter the code. Watch every night between 7 p.m. and 1 a.m. Eastern to get all 4 codes for more chances to win. The Digital Digs Dash, brought to you by Circuit City.
Once again, 2 people whose covenant broke a long time ago, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to this all Halo 2 edition of X-Play.
And later we have a review of Halo 2, but let's be honest, not everyone has an Xbox. Actually, a lot of people don't. So, and not everyone can play Halo 2.
Now, of course, the PlayStation 2 owners do have Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. And the GameCube owners, they used to have a Resident Evil 4 exclusive.
Oh, those lucky guys. Yeah, sorry about that, Cubers. Anyway, we thought we'd put together this educational film to help non-Xbox owners cope with not having Halo 2.
Hi there. This is X-Play's favorite human help desk in this office quadrant, Dr. Friendly, here to dispense advice like so many pills at an unlicensed pharmacy. Today, we're going to talk about Timmy. Timmy owns an Xbox. Timmy has had trouble from his friends.
I have so many RPGs, driving games, and platformers on my PS2 that I can't count them all because I get confused after 7.
Oh, there's nothing like having the masterpieces of Zelda, Mario, and Metroid to play over and over, discovering ever more subtle nuances with every bountiful experience. And by the way, how was Grabbed by the Ghoulies?
But he knew how to stand up to such exquisite excoriation.
Well, Halo 2 is coming out sometime.
But now, sometime is this time, Timmy. Halo 2 is here.
Ha ha! Look at me having the time of my life.
Now you'll get him.
Man, all you do in this game is run around and shoot stuff.
Yeah, and PS2 rules.
Uh-oh, guys. Looks like the words didn't hurt, and you're all out of sticks and stones. How can you hide the pain? Try curling up with your GameCube network adapter and dream of the possibilities.
Metroid Prime Online Co-op. Come here, my sweet love.
Or just pop in Gran Turismo 4. Ooh, that's right. Sorry.
PS2 rocks.
Well, Timmy, aren't you excited to keep playing the game that has all the other console buddies verdant with envy?
Actually, Mr. Sessler, I just want you to let me go home.
Eventually, Timmy. Eventually.
Wow, the end of that educational reel implied that you're holding an intern hostage in your basement. And that's a little creepy.
Implied? I just do it so I can get away with saying it puts the controller in the basket or it gets the hose again.
Oh, I like baskets. Now, some people think the games featuring as much chaos and carnage as Halo are teaching today's youth inappropriate and violent behavior. Well, shut up, people, because Halo teaches kids important life lessons, too.
Like these ones that came to us from G4TV.com, Stina Wood.
Today in Halo, I learned to take a nap. To always be aware of my surroundings. To share everything.
Hey, guys. Hey, Timmy.
To never hit my friends.
Dude.
To always watch out for traffic.
In his hands, he got the whole
And to never take things that don't belong to me. Thanks, Halo.
I love you.
See, games can teach peace, love, and understanding.
That's right. And commercials can teach us that products like the Bedazzler and the Flowbee are an essential part of our lives. Let's watch some together.
Oh, yeah, and later in the show we have our Halo 2 review.
Flowbee.
Insurance.
Flowbee.
Oh, wow, Bosley.
Coming up,
I'm the leader.
the multiplayer madness of Halo 2.
2 separate worlds. One shadow, one light. Where the difference between life and death is a few inches of metal. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes, only for Nintendo GameCube. Rated T for teen.
On November 19th, only a movie screen can hold this much sponge. Deeper emotions.
Get a hold of yourself, Eugene.
Squishier villains.
Who can stop me now?
You, I think I stepped in something.
And real surprises.
Who are you?
I'm David Hasselhoff.
Hooray!
The SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
We're gonna party till we're purple.
I love being purple.
Rated PG. Starts November 19th, only in theaters.
Hey, is it gonna be lunch or dinner?
I don't see you doing much.
Sure you don't want it? This is going nowhere. We're starving, and we're short on cash.
I've got a plan.
$1 menu. Get a lot for a little. No instructions needed.
Hey, where you going, man?
UGO says Spider-Man 2 is a phenomenal experience. IGN loves its dazzling sense of aerial freedom. And Stuff calls it a must-have. Spider-Man 2 the game. Rated T for teen. Watch the exclusive Making of the Game feature on the Spider-Man 2 DVD. In stores November 30th.
Why did your last diet fail?
If you're over 30, overstressed, and overweight, take a look in the mirror. You've got excess body fat around your waist, hips, and belly, right? Well, diet failure is not your fault. The problem is cortisol, a nasty little stress hormone that traps excess fat around the middle. But now there's Relacor. Relacor helps control cortisol and helps us lose stubborn belly fat fast. If you're dieting and still plagued by unsightly belly bulge, even if you're low-carb dieting, there's only one Relacor. Relacor helps you get thinner, look younger, and have energy to burn. Remember, when you're over 30, overstressed, and want to get rid of stubborn belly fat, the answer is Relacor.
Call in the next 15 minutes and find out how you can receive a 1-month supply of Relacor absolutely free. Call 1-800-477-1830. That's 1-800-477-1830.
Order Relacor now. It's easy. You'll love it.
You found the G-spot. Unscrewed with Martin Sargent's next week.
One is master, one is chief. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Being the master has really disturbing connotations.
I wouldn't know. Hello and welcome back to this special All Halo 2 edition of X-Play.
Yes, the biggest Xbox game of the year is here, and we're bringing you the first part of our two-part review.
It's a two-parter.
Amazing.
Later in the show, we'll review Halo 2's single-player campaign, but this game is so huge that we had to cover the multiplayer separately, and Halo isn't Halo without the multiplayer.
So prepare to go online, because we're going to give you an inside look at the multiplayer madness of Halo 2.
Madness?
Madness.
Halo's single-player mode was good. But everyone knows that the thrill of planting the butt of their guns squarely in their friend's forehead in multiplayer
I'm the leader.
is what kept the disc spinning in their Xbox 3 years after its release. First things first. Halo 2's multiplayer is on Xbox Live and supports up to 16 players.
Must believe.
It also features all the latest Xbox Live functionality, like plans. The 11 available maps run the gamut from tight confines that facilitate a lot of combat to wide open areas that force you to plant your butt in one of the game's several vehicles. Of course, the old standby, the Warthog, returns. You can also pilot the Banshee, which was not playable in the first Halo. The ultra-quick Ghost can seem a bit unbalanced at times, especially in open areas. That is, until you master the biggest change to the gameplay for Halo 2. We know you love the Grand Theft Auto. Apparently, Bungie knows it too. Taking a nod from Rockstar's Monster franchise, you can now jack other players for their vehicles. Take that! This changes the game in incredible ways and can make gameplay seem like a ping-pong match at the meth clinic. Watch this move as we jump onto the Banshee in midair, jack the poor sap, and throw him down into the abyss. Now that's sweet. There are 7 game types with enough customization to tweak it to your liking. Assault is brand new and plays much like Counter-Strike.
Bomb planted.
Oddball has you playing Keep Away with a skull. Juggernaut is like playing tag, where one person is hunted by all the other players. Territories has you capturing and holding particular parts of the level.
Territory lost.
And requires a lot of teamwork. Then you have the typical Slayer, King of the Hill, and Capture the Flag modes. What we believe will be the most popular is Team Slayer. It's simple, team-based, and more fun than scratching a dog and watching his leg kick. With medals awarded for special achievements, jump pads, vehicles out the yin-yang, and stats galore, Halo 2's multiplayer is no joke.
Kicking people and stealing their vehicles never gets old.
No, it doesn't. Not here, not at GTA.
And with the replay value the multiplayer brings to Halo 2, this might be the only Xbox game you need to buy this year, because you will spend hundreds of hours playing it.
Of course, you probably won't even start on the multiplayer until you finish the single-player campaign. We have our review of that coming up next.
Up next, here's the big one, our review of Halo 2.
There comes a time when a hero must either accept his destiny or walk away from it, must either fight or set his gun aside. This is that time, and this is that hero. The other guy? Join Jack and Daxter in their final adventure. The conclusion, the answers, the end of an epic. Rated T for Teen.
2 letters. TV. Simple, right? Except these days there's HD TV, ED TV.
We could get an LCD TV.
If we don't get help, we'll end up with NOTV.
At Circuit City, you'll find a huge selection of the latest TVs. And right now, pay no interest for 18 months on all digital TVs, $6.99 and up. Circuit City.
Get off me! Get off me! God, get off me!
Feel the power of the new Nokia N-Gage QD from Singular. Insane graphics and the latest titles. Get yours at Singular Wireless, rated T for teens.
She's been nominated for an Oscar.
Jennifer, Miss Tilly.
And critically acclaimed.
It is true.
Now, Jennifer Tilly will take on the role of a lifetime.
We need a surrogate mother.
Come to Papa.
What the hell is going on in here?
She came on to me.
No wonder her career's in trouble.
Seed of Chucky.
I should have played Aaron Brockovich. Could have done it without the Wonder Bra.
Rated R. Friday at theaters everywhere.
Eyes on target.
Oh! Go, go!
Let the battle begin. You can use incredible power-up moves to stake your claim as king of the court in new Mario Power Tennis. Only for Nintendo GameCube. Rated E for everyone.
Once again, two people who know Halo said backwards is Ola, Adam Sessler, and Morgan Webb.
Hola. And welcome back to this special All Halo 2 episode of X-Play.
We have returned with a review of the biggest Xbox game of the year.
Yes, the moment we have all been waiting for. Because it was delayed a couple of times. Yeah. It's here now.
Hey.
Here's a review of Halo 2.
30 seconds out. Stand by to...
The big green hunk of metal and tubing that is Halo's Master Chief is a bit of a video game character anomaly.
For a break, he flew pretty good.
You see, the Chief wouldn't be caught dead in a spandex jumpsuit.
Tell that to the Covenant.
Chief also takes substance over style, and so does Halo 2, with frenetic gameplay that will leave you breathless.
Could we possibly make any more noise? I guess so.
Master Chief thought he had finished off the Covenant when he blew Halo with the charge.
When you first saw Halo, were you blinded by its majesty?
No, but I ended up with a wicked case of hairy palms. Master Chief returns to Earth a hero.
You look nice.
Thank you.
For the Covenant commander held directly responsible for Halo's destruction, things aren't so hot. After taking his licks, he's sent on a suicide mission to stop the Chief. And, oh yeah, the Covenant have discovered Earth's location. They're not happy.
Dear humanity, we regret being alien bastards. We regret coming to Earth. And we most definitely regret the Corps just blew up our raggedy-ass fleet. Hoorah!
The fundamentals of warfare are still in place. You have a limited number of weapons you can carry. Grenades are mapped to the left trigger. Taking out alien scum with a butt of your gun is still one of the most satisfying things in all of video games. You can now carry a gun in each hand. And it's fun to just mix and match to find the best results for each enemy type. This complicates tossing grenades, but we got over it pretty quickly.
Grenade! It's live! It's live! Hey!
Very bad thing!
Another important addition is the ability to jack vehicles at any time. It makes some parts of the game seem like Grand Theft Auto crossed with a giraffe on roller skates. Many of the old weapons have been revamped, like the Needler, which is no longer worthless. There are also some new ones like the ever-powerful Energy Sword. With smarter allies, new enemies, new weapons, and incredible gameplay, Halo 2's campaign is a dozen hours of eye-blistering, synapse-searing bliss. But what we love most about the Halo series is that Master Chief is just some dude in a spacesuit that spits out corny one-liners.
Master Chief, defend this station. Yes, sir. I need a weapon. Right this way.
It's funny how an excellent game like Halo 2 can make that seem all right. Just about everyone will find something to like about Halo 2. Well, except for maybe the ladies.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
All right, maybe they'll like it too. We give it a solid 5 out of 5.
Ladies like armor plating.
Microsoft is predicting that first-day sales of Halo 2 will hit $100 million. $100 million by the end of today.
Because Bill Gates, he needs more money.
Sorry, Paul. Bye-bye. Go play Halo 2 now. Go. Chew.
Enter the Digital Digs Dash Watch to Win sweepstakes and grab yourself a $25,000 shopping spree at Circuit City. Watch G4 Tech TV every night from 7 to 1 a.m. Eastern to get the codes. Then log on to g4techtv.com/digitaldigsdash and enter the codes to win one of 4 grand prizes or daily cash prizes.
You can enter up to 4 times a day starting tonight through the 21st. So you better watch if you want to win. The Digital Digs Dash, brought to you by Circuit City.
You found the G-spot. I'm screwed with Martin Sargent's next.
Coming up tonight on a very special Halo 2 edition of Unscrewed, we've got the guys behind Red vs. Blue, and apparently Season 3, a lot of surprises in the Blood Gulch. Plus, a hard-hitting political debate with a Halo alien. A alien? And finally, our girl gone wired posted her answers to an internet personality quiz. Croutons or bacon? Whatevs, bacon was her response. Hey everyone, I'm Cortana, and you're watching Unscrewed.
Good day on X-Play. Oh, my sweet heaven, we have Final Fantasy fans. Why are they so excited? Our review of Final Fantasy XI is here. Nothing that has come before can prepare you for this. It's game time. The only game show without any prizes, unless you count your hosts, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
I don't even think that's a prize.
Welcome to X-Play. Yes, we have Final Fantasy XI.
Why?
Yes, we have cosplaying Final Fantasy fans.
Oh, the horror.
Oh, but we have other stuff too.
Like what?
Like the new IndyCar game, and we have Samurai Jack, and later, since we've shown you the worst, we now have some of the best game music ever.
Okay, that sounds better.
Yes, but first, we have a massively multiplayer online role-playing game set in the Final Fantasy universe. Here's our review of Final Fantasy XI.
I'll be in the corner in the fetal position.
Die! Silly rabbit thing! If there's one defining thing that we've come to know about the Final Fantasy series, it's that the fantasy action you know and love is, well, never really final. Come here, you sassy rabbit. Yep, they've pumped out another not quite final storyline that gamers worldwide will no doubt eat up. Final Fantasy XI Online. Now, before we get too far into this, there are a couple things I want to point out. 1, the game comes with a hard drive that you'll have to connect with your PlayStation. And 2, you have to pay monthly fees to play the game online. That said, there's also a complicated login procedure with more twists and turns than a snake charmer's basket. Not exactly a pick-up-and-play title. Okay, so eventually you'll find yourself with a world pass to Fairy. Yes, I said Fairy. Stop laughing! The first order of business will be to select an alter ego. You can choose from the very, very pretty humans. They're just so pretty. Or we have these tall elvish people. Additionally, you've got these little tiny Taru who are the definitive cutesy-wootsy type. Aw, did uns go boom? Plus, there's a strongman race known as the Galkan. And finally, there's the Mithra. Kitty-esque vixens ready to party. Online. You know what I meant. There are plenty of different areas to explore. No, not just plenty, please. What I mean is a vast multitude, or even a galactic quorum of different locales to spend your hard-earned leisure time. Yep, lots of spots. Hey, bub, how's the fishing? Ultimately, though, you will want to join up with a party of other players and do some more serious exploration. This is where the game shines. I mean, it's certainly fun enough to play by yourself, but simply put, it's really fun to play with each other. Yeah. But until you distinguish yourself as the killing, nobody's gonna want to party with you. This means you have to spend a lot of time running around whacking bunnies. Shock and awe, Bugsy. Shock and awe! Luckily for you noobs, other players can't kill you and take your stuff. So there's a lot going on here, and it looks great while it goes down. At least one thing's for sure, the internet is about to get a lot more crowded. We strongly recommend Final Fantasy XI Online, and give it a respectable 4 out of 5.
Trust me when I say that you'll be killing bunnies by yourself for a long, long time.
Yes, and as we said in the review, you need Sony's hard disk drive to let you download online and new content. It also shortens load times on games like Resident Evil Outbreak.
Of course, the hard drive has its own weird drawbacks. For example, you can't save to it directly. You have to save on a memory card and then transfer it to the hard drive. That's stupid.
Well, on the other hand, there are plenty of people out there willing to pick up the drive just for the chance to play Final Fantasy XI. And because we like watching him squirm, we sent Adam to meet some of them.
Look, squirming. Final Fantasy. Adam, you don't get Final Fantasy. Well, maybe that's true. So I've come here to a place called Sony Metreon for the release of Final Fantasy XI and Sony's hard disk drive to take a long, cold, hard, sober look at the phenomena of this series. I'm here at the front of the line, which means I'm here with some of the most die-hard of the Final Fantasy fans. Now, how long have you been a fan of Final Fantasy for?
I've been a fan since like Fantasy VII.
What do you love so much about it?
Just the storyline. Like that was my first Final Fantasy, and I was really like enthralled by it was crazy.
Final Fantasy VII, the best game I think by far.
Are you getting money from Sony or your Square Enix?
No, not at all. I'm just a big fan.
All right, well that's good. Well, great. Okay, let's see if there's anyone else here who wants a question. Hey, you look cool.
The appeal is you can start a Final Fantasy game and shut your life off for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, you don't shower, brush your teeth, eat. Well, you do eat, just a lot of, Gatorade and Mountain Dew.
Story. Now, what is it about these stories that seems to drive people so crazy?
Well, the girl characters are pretty hot.
I'm Squall Lionheart, aka Leon in some games.
Why Squall or Leon?
Because Squall copied me.
That's good. That's good. Now, Squall doesn't exist, right?
I'm Vincent Valentine.
All right, and why did you choose this outfit?
Because this is what I always wear.
But you have other clothes, right?
I guess.
Nice wig.
Do we have any of the criers here in the group? Anyone? All right, we have 2 Final Fantasy VII criers now. You're a dude, and you're saying you cried at the end of a video game. What happened?
It had a lot to do with seeming like my own life. I had to go and fight for the girl, and then you get the girl back, and then lose the girl, and then get the girl back, and then running around looking for the girl and trying to find the character. And then finally...
So what you're kind of saying is that you just can't seem to get the girl, right?
Yeah, man.
All right, I'm with you on that. Here's a quick pop quiz question for you. Who would win in a fight, Cloud or Batman?
Definitely Cloud.
All right, Cloud wins. Cloud wins on that one. So Cloud, he's fighting the entire Roman army. Who wins?
Cloud.
Cloud wins.
Cloud wins!
Bang. Cloud wins, yo. That's all I gotta say.
Yuna wins. Okay, so it's got a really good story. Men cry when they play it, and Cloud always wins. Now I'm going to watch people actually play and see if I can get any insight into the spirit of Final Fantasy. You actually chose to dress as a chocobo, which is more or less a large friendly bird.
Yes.
When you looked at the array of Final Fantasy characters and you said, yeah, the chicken's the one for me, what was that moment like? So, did you get a chance to sit down and play Final Fantasy XI?
Only for a few minutes.
Okay, and what was it? Was it a transcendent Final Fantasy moment for you?
It was mostly involving learning how to run. It's all foggy and misty, and I'd really like to get somewhere where it's less foggy and less misty, and maybe run into some people and see what the character interaction is like.
Oh, well, I mean, it sounds like you're having the time of your life right there.
As silly as it sounds, I don't actually play Final Fantasy that much. It's actually my brother that plays Final Fantasy, and I'm usually the watcher.
Well, lots of us have jobs where we can't save the world, and in Final Fantasy, we almost always do.
You need the world to be in crisis to really feel like you're there in your prime form. All right, well, great. I hope you learn to run, and when you do, run free, okay?
We all have to learn to walk first.
All right, look at that. Philosophy from a Final Fantasy fan. I think I'm seeing something here. All right, now what is your favorite part about playing a game that's Final Fantasy?
I don't know. I guess I just love playing hero.
You just love playing a hero and just having an adventure?
Yeah, it's fun.
All right, well, I understand that, though. I just don't know if I've really seen the magic behind Final Fantasy. Thank you, Easter Bunny. Hey,
Chocobo does not say that.
All right, fine. I've been here for hours. I've talked Final Fantasy all night long, and I've heard the same thing told with passion and verve, and by a person in a chicken suit, but I just don't get it. It's like there's something obvious, something grand right next to me. I just can't see it.
You may not like it, Adam, but a lot of people are really into the deep storylines and fully rounded characters of Final Fantasy.
And other people just like dressing up in a way that guarantees they'll never reproduce.
Nice shirt. My point is that Final Fantasy fans have tapped into something deeply resonant within these games, something that seems to be missing from your life, Adam.
And thank God for that.
Now, Final Fantasy fans, if you believe in the spirit of Final Fantasy, if you believe in Yuna, clap your hands. Clap your hands. Look, Adam. Do you see the spirit of Final Fantasy?
I have no idea what you're talking about here.
Don't you see it there?
No, I'm sorry. Morgan, you have finally completely lost me
Adam,
here.
there's a grown man dressed up as Yuna.
Oh, him? Yeah, I see him all over the place. He's a freak.
Coming up, avoid doing this in IndyCar Series 2005.
Restoring, resculpting, renewing. Plastic surgery can create the ideal image. Join Tech TV as we follow patients into the operating room for a first-hand look at the science and technology that make modern surgery possible.
The special suturing technique involves the suture going back and forth like an internal zipper.
See plastic surgery before and after. Don't miss Plastic Surgery, Thursday, only on Tech TV.
That's no mistake. The driver is doing that on purpose. Looks insane, huh? Except that these guys are some of the best at what they do. Just what exactly is that?
It's kind of like an automobile ballet where the participants get judged on not only speed and performance, but all about the style going through the corners.
Drifting is a long, extended power slide. What it is basically modulating the throttle and holding the car into this state of constant chaos, you could call it, where the back end is pitched in an opposite lock slide. Drifting's been it for the past few years, and it's literally exploded in the streets of Japan.
Besides a modified suspension, a good set of tires is crucial, which is why BF Goodrich wants in on this craze.
Kind of like drag racing was 50 years ago.
It's the Screensavers! Woo!
The Screensavers, the daily variety show made for the tech enthusiast.
I'm Patrick Norton. And I'm Leo Laporte.
Featuring guests, celebrities.
If you don't see a geek, you can feel a geek.
Technology advice.
250 gigs? 250 gigabytes on a single drive.
And plenty of fun.
So a screwdriver went, okay, I'm out of here.
Pat and Leo and the team have all the answers. The Screensavers is next. It's time for some cool stuff.
It's a remote-controlled helicopter, but it's no toy for this big boy. Farmer Blaine Benedict uses it to scope his crop. Fully rigged with cameras and transmitters, it scans the field, then broadcasts the picture live to a TV on the ground. Farmer Blaine can pan and zoom to check out whole fields or even individual plants. Pretty nifty way to hoof it through the farm. What? You still don't have a video phone? Well, check this out. It's the Alta Beamer TV phone, meaning you can hook it up to your tube. So instead of 2-inch display, you got 20 inches. But don't forget, the guy on the other line can see you. So get out of your jammies, will you? One Beamer is going to cost you $150. Can't parallel park? Well, you might never need to learn. Toyota's got a car that parks itself. Look at this. It's the redesigned 2004 Prius. Sensors look for obstacles, then it maneuvers itself into a spot. Look, Ma, no hands.
Stay tuned for more cool stuff, only on Tech TV.
Because someone must be watching, it's Adam Tesler and Morgan Webb.
Hey, Grandma.
Yeah, my mom. Hi, Mom. Welcome back to X-Play.
Do you like driving? Yeah, me neither. But we've got an IndyCar game with real drivers, real tracks, and online play for the Xbox.
Here's our preview of IndyCar Series 2005. For years, a bitter war has raged between two competing open-wheel racing organizations, the Indy Racing League, or IRL, and CART, a war which recently ended with the defeat of the long-standing CART series. Today, we take a close look at the IRL teams and drivers that put IRL on top as we preview IndyCar Series 2005. ICS 05 is a very different sort of racer, a true hybrid of simulation and console racing. This isn't NASCAR, where drivers can put back a couple of brewskis between laps. Open-wheel racing requires skill. The car is a cockpit with wings. One wrong move, and you're joining John Denver at the Starbucks in the sky. Though we could only access the quick race mode, the final version will allow wannabe race car drivers to endure the entire season.
Car inside, still there.
Including bump tires in the premier Indianapolis 500. And take charge on 14 other real-life tracks. Fans can take the role of their favorite drivers, and in the Masterclass mode, train under Indy's own Dan Weldon, who apparently enjoys putting pictures of himself on his website. Fully self-absorbed. For the ultra-popular, the 2005 edition sports Xbox Live up to 12 players online. That's right, 12! If you return those games you borrowed from your buddy, or have one friend back, all you have to do is find 10 more. Off-track settings, including customized difficulty options, are complemented by the ability to tweak the suspension, springs, tire pressure, and other key driving points on the car. Hey, Bubba, speed it up! With the difficulty setting at easy, the experience is a tad PG. Racing in Pro mode, however, will get your pants tight. Come on! Damn. Providing a truly comprehensive IndyCar racing experience, IndyCar Series 2005 is likely going to be a niche product.
It looks like you're out of the race.
But it seems to be making great strides towards living up to the fans' expectations.
Pits are open. 3, go!
The addition of Xbox Live Play could make this one a sleeper hit. Assuming you aren't in your 4th year at traffic school, or drive like Adam, you're gonna want to stay tuned for X-Play's full review, which will happen sometime this summer.
Schechter is out of the race.
Stick around. Later we have the best game music out there.
And no more Final Fantasy. Joy, joy, ow!
Up next, everyone's afraid of something.
It's a warrior. Will he eat us?
In Samurai Jack.
Get ready to enter your digital dream home with Digital Digs.
Michelle knows exactly what she wants when she travels.
Hair dryers and irons, things like that, because it's such a pain in the backside taking hair dryers on holiday.
Things most travelers expect. But what you might not expect, someone greeting you at the door, checking you in remotely with a personal digital assistant. In your room, a guest in-room assistant, a touchscreen device inviting you to order, listen, explore. Scroll through 2,000 CDs, click on menus to check out hotel specials or brush up on the local scene.
They need to know where the spa is. They need to be able to understand where their conference is, and they also need to know what's going on outside of the hotel.
It's minibar service.
Not your ordinary hotel room fridge. This is the e-fridge. Take a drink, and shelves lined with infrared sensors alert the hotel to charge your bill. It even changes drink prices during happy hour. The hotel also knows when to restock and when not to. But is this really what guests want?
Most business travelers now would like to have high-speed internet access in most rooms. But beyond that, I think it's something nice, but it's not critical to the hotel guest.
Not critical, but nice.
The more fancy things in a hotel, the more you want to stay there, because it's just, you know, it's little comforts that you wouldn't normally have.
For more digital dates, head over to techtv.com.
I don't like the term nerd.
I really still don't know what a nerd is.
You're a nerd in life and you'll be a nerd always.
Nerd Nation, Mondays only on Tech TV.
Stooping to their level may involve a shovel. Welcome your co-hosts, Adam Setzler and Morgan Webb.
The viewers are clever and mean. Welcome back to X-Play. Later in the show, we have a great game music feature that will bring back beautiful gaming memories.
But now we have a game based on a cult cartoon series.
Yeah, sit back. Enjoy some Kool-Aid. Here's a review of Samurai Jack, The Shadow of Aku. With a cartoon as cinematic and action-packed as Samurai Jack, a video game based on the show, this should be a no-brainer. Despite having some slicingly good moments, The Shadow of Aku doesn't quite live up to its pedigree.
Excuse me.
The game starts out as Jack, a samurai warrior stuck in the future, climbs a cliff and has a little mishap, similar to Tom Cruise in MI2. But instead of a helicopter delivering a top-secret message, Jack is helped up the cliff by a friendly... Oh my God, what the hell is that?
Thank you, my green friend.
No need to thank me, but I must warn you not to go that way. Aku, the master of darkness, has taken over my village.
Jack's tireless mission becomes finding a time portal that will allow him to travel back to the past and undo the damage the evil Aku has done.
Aku has enslaved my people.
Along the way, he finds himself helping out the many that have fallen under Aku's machinations. The game is separated into 5 worlds divided into sub-levels. Each level has its own goal, such as knocking over an Aku statue or putting out the flames. Wow, that's determination. You essentially guide Jack from point A to point B, hacking and slashing everything in your path. We've seen this gameplay model 1,000 times before, and Shadow of Aku won't be making any new fans.
Look! It's a warrior! Will he eat us?
The game is never overwhelmingly difficult, except for these big cockroaches. Son of a beach. Best way to take care of these guys is to flip them onto their backs and then samurai slice them in the gut. Oh, cute! A little chicken! Ah, look out! But where the game excels is in the ease of controlling Jack and the moves at his disposal. In addition to his sword, which can be upgraded with flame, crystal, and electric powers, you can have a bow and arrow and throwing stars for distance attacks. You can even use your sword to block and reflect attacks back to their source, Jedi Knight style. Every enemy you hit increases your Zen level. Zen is used to engage the Sakai mode, which is essentially Matrix-style bullet time. Die, pig! Other power-ups are gained by rescuing villagers and collecting shrines scattered throughout the level. Wait a second, there's something very familiar about these villagers. A dinosaur that talks like a kid. Oh well, maybe it'll come to me later. It's no masterpiece, but Samurai Jack provides brainless hack-em-up fun for the short time it lasts. Anyway, X-Play gives Samurai Jack The Shadow of Aku a 3 out of 5.
So the best licensed game based on a cartoon we've seen in the last year is still Simpsons Hit and Run, the GTA-influenced Simpsons game.
What have we learned from this? Don't turn your cartoons into video games unless you get to run people over in them. That's fine.
In a moment, the sweet sounds of great game music.
It's time for some cool stuff.
How about some his and her robots? For a mere $400,000, you can have a pair of life-size remote-controlled robots to help tackle your to-do lists. And ice fishing has never been so cozy. This heated house is hand-built to have 6 fishing holes in the floor, so you can catch them and cook them. But if you want to posh it up, what better present than a private aircraft? Choose from 4 Bombardier Learjets to travel in style and speed, Louis Vuitton luggage not included. Not sure what high fashion looks like? Well, here it is. Literally. Models not willing to wear rigs and repelling gear need not apply. For this vertical fashion show, Marshall Fields in Chicago hired these catwalk connoisseurs to strut their stuff down the side of a building. The event was held to celebrate the store's long-awaited renovation. Fashion tip here, it doesn't hurt to wear feathers when taking off the runway.
Stay tuned for more cool stuff, only on Tech TV. Restoring, resculpting, renewing. Plastic surgery can create the ideal image. Join Tech TV as we follow patients into the operating room for a first-hand look at the science and technology that make modern surgery possible.
The special suturing technique involves the suture going back and forth like an internal zipper.
See plastic surgery before and after. Don't miss Plastic Surgery, Thursday, only on Tech TV.
Is that a car? Well, you probably wouldn't have guessed it anyway. So here it is, the Ecomobile.
It's really an amazing motorcycle. It's way safer with a Kevlar carbon fiber shell that protects the occupant, and seat belts, which you don't usually see on motorcycles.
But it's really more than just a motorcycle.
We have wheels that actually retract to allow you to stop without putting your feet out.
It's been in development for the last 20 years in Switzerland. There are roughly 100 worldwide. The Ecomobile can go 50 miles on 1 gallon. Inside, fully decked out, 6-disc CD changer, GPS, and of course, a cell phone. So you don't have the wind in your hair like a motorcycle or much room for cargo. But this thing does combine some of the best things of both the car and the cycle.
Coming up next on Tech TV, the Screensavers, followed by Living with the Future. Coming up next on Tech TV, the variety show for technology's biggest fans, the Screensavers, is next.
Look into their eyes! It's Adam Setzler and Morgan Webb!
Welcome back to X-Play.
Game fans, you emailed, you posted on our message boards, and you said again and again, we've heard the crappy game music. Now, give us the good stuff. You know those game soundtracks that you can't stop humming?
Oh, well, we've done one better than that. Here's our look at great game music, the joy of music. So, we've already subjected you to the horror of songs.
We hunt the sunken treasure in the ocean. When we get sunburned, we put on lotion.
And you've hated us ever since. To make amends, we thought we'd explore the brighter side of music in video games. Video game music has meager beginnings as a collection of bloops and bleeps. But it was only a matter of time until the technology gave composers all the creative freedom they'd need. One of the first major breakthroughs was SSX for the PlayStation 2. This was the first game to use interactive soundtracks to great effect. The better you played, the more intense the music became.
Forward flip, Wizard Iguana.
This was taken a step further in SSX Tricky, the first game to be named after a pop song. Some original game music doesn't need a gimmick to be great. The music from Metal Gear Solid 2 is as good as anything you'll hear at the Symphony. The soothing ambient tracks found in Sega's Phantasy Star Online are incredible, though a bit strange for the subject matter. Original compositions are great, but sometimes you just want to rock out to your favorite song. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 was really the first game to get licensed soundtracks right. It's a perfect collection of tracks for a skateboarding game that includes plenty of classics, not the least of which is Del the Funky Homo Sapiens' ode to personal hygiene.
You gotta wash your ass if you must. You gotta wash your hair if you must. You gotta brush your teeth if you must, or else you'll be funky.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 kicked the licensed soundtrack train into full gear and inspired the entire industry. So much so that EA has an entire division dedicated to music called EA Tracks that breaks new bands like the Von Bondis. And of course, the ultimate licensed soundtrack is from Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Its 80s tunes prove to be the perfect backdrop for its ultra-violence. There's just something about beating someone down to Foreigner. So what's next? The Xbox has already taken it to the next level by allowing players to make their own soundtracks. And applications like MTV Music Generator 3 are letting gamers create their own songs.
The A to the D to the A to the M.
It won't be long until the two are melded together. Remind me to never play Foreigner again.
And remind me never to rap. Oddly enough, the amazing pirate song tends to inspire violence more than Foreigner ever could.
If you'd like to see our segment about bad game music, the horror song, you can watch it at our website.
TechTV.com/XPlay.
Get a bunch of other stuff there, too.
Today on X-Play, Mist is back when we play Ulu. How about some gaming in your advertising? It's Ford Racing. And Champions of Norath reminds us of that dream where you go to school without your armor.
You'll need to better equip yourself.
How embarrassing! It's game time. We went to the message boards, and all we got was this crappy intro. It's Adam Zessler and Morgan Webb.
It's better than a t-shirt.
Hello and welcome to X-Play.
On today's show, we have racing,
The Cat in the Hat,
gangsters, and a trailer for a new game about a vampire cowboy. I'm really not making that up.
Plus the newest installment in the Mist saga.
But we kick the show off with EverQuest.
Also known as EverCraft, the hundreds and thousands of people who got addicted to the PC version of this online role-playing game.
Unfortunately, EverQuest's transition to the consoles has not been very smooth.
I mean, it would seem like a no-brainer to port a hugely popular PC title to the consoles, but EverQuest Online flopped on the PS2 and was one of the worst-looking games ever to hit Sony's console.
But now EverQuest is back on the PS2, and this time, it's actually good.
Freaky, isn't it? Here's our review of Champions of Norath. EverQuest. People either love it or hate it. Only this time, we won't necessarily be needing a high-speed internet connection. EverQuest Champions of Norath will be playing out on your PlayStation 2. And like the online game that inspired it, people will still probably either love it or hate it. Except this time we're betting you'll like it.
Who amongst you will take up the sword, the staff, the hammer?
It seems our tree-hugging elfish hippie friends are under siege. Luckily, though, Noah's Ark came by and dropped off 2 of all the heroic races. Your first activity will be choosing a hero from the available elves, wizards, and barbarians. Next, you'll have a chance to outfit your character. And I know that for some of you, the temptation to strip down to your skivvies will be all but irresistible. But let's consider for a moment how that might affect your reputation.
You'll need to better equip yourself.
Have I done something wrong?
I see my father chose wisely, indeed.
While there are a few friendly characters to chat up, you aren't aiming to become a champion conversationalist.
My men and I are grateful.
Fame and glory are to be won on the battlefield, and this world is swarming with hostile creatures ripe for the slaying. One button is dedicated to swinging your chosen implement of pain, while 2 others give you instant access to spells or abilities. Frequent use of these buttons will result in countless goblins, orcs, and giant spiders being corpseified. Plus, it should generate copious amounts of experience and shiny loot. The spoils of victory are important. New armor and weapons let you take on ever bigger and badder creatures, which in turn provides you with even more experience points and better street cred. Yo. The game does a good job of letting you feel like you're getting more powerful. And no matter how sorry you are in real life, that's a good thing. Champions of Norath lets you play along with others via multi-tap or utilizing Sony Online, but the game is enjoyable enough to fly solo, thanks in large part to the unquestionably beautiful world in which you'll wander. There's no arguing that the game is somewhat simple and repetitive, but by and large, it's expertly accomplished. However, I must say that standing around waiting for your health to regenerate is an obscene misuse of in-game time.
We really should press on.
That said, we found EverQuest Champions of Norath to be a truly inspired little RPG. It's better than average fare, and we're happy to kick down a rock-solid rating of 4 out of 5.
No matter how many role-playing games we review, making your characters walk around in their underwear, it never gets old.
It's timeless. And we aren't the only ones who think so. Someone out there actually made a better body mod for the RPG Morrowind. It lets you play any character completely naked. And, wait for it, anatomically correct. Because apparently someone out there wants to look at orc genitals.
Oh, God, I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Okay, I know something that will take your mind off it. A deeply flawed marriage between gaming and advertising. Huh? Yeah? Here's a review of Ford Racing 2.
When you hear Ford Racing, you might think of this. Not the kind of cars that inspires a racing game. Now this, and this, is great inspiration for a racing game, and for me to go deeper into debt trying to buy one. Empire Interactive dared to go down the road where other developers have wrecked before, a brand-specific driving game. I'm still trying to suppress the memories from the horror of Mercedes-Benz World Racing. From the moment I hit the gas, I found Ford Racing 2 easy to get into. Gearheads will find some unique cars not found in other racing games.
Let's roll.
Ooh, just what I've always dreamed of racing. A 1953 Ford pickup truck. I wonder if Fred Sanford will be in the race today. The driving physics are diverse enough to make an old car feel different from driving a heavy truck, but don't expect these vehicles to drive exactly how they do in real life. Check out how my beater truck is beating out that $200,000 World Rally car. Unlike most games these days, you can't tune your cars. If you can't deal with the fact that big bulky trucks are going to be as fast as race cars, then avoid this game. If you are looking for fender-crunching, wall-smashing physics, you won't find it here. On the plus side, racing is usually tight and features the standard mix of off-road tracks, oval tracks, and road racing tracks, but in very limited quantity. The Follow the Line challenge is a great way to learn the best way through the turns. My biggest complaint is just when I was starting to really get into this game, it was over. The game is Xbox Live enabled, but just for sharing scores, not for online racing. There's a 2-player mode, but this only adds a modest amount of playtime to the game. Overall, Ford Racing 2 delivers a short but good time for an easy-on-the-wallet $20 price. The lack of online racing, limited number of tracks, and no ability to tune your cars stops this game from leading the pack. X-Play gives Ford Racing 2 for the Xbox a middle-of-the-road 3 out of 5.
You'll do better next time.
Well, maybe. Hey, Ford, how about showing some damage on the vehicles? Manufacturers always balk about having dents in their cars because they're worried it'll make the cars look bad. Well, you know what looks really bad? Giving a 10-year-old the impression that he can drive a Ford Escort into a brick wall without putting so much as a scratch on it. And, by the way, if you're going to drive the Ford Pinto in this game, it better blow up when someone rear-ends you.
Well, to give the game some credit, Ford Racing is better than the Mercedes-Benz game, which I guess really isn't saying much. In that game, your Benz can drive on the top of water. Like Jesus.
God, Jesus.
Coming up, Dr. Seuss the Cat in the Hat game. What rhymes with god-awful?
Restoring. Renewing. Plastic surgery can create the ideal image. Join Tech TV as we follow patients into the operating room for a first-hand look at the science and technology that make modern surgery possible.
The special suturing technique involves the suture going back and forth like an internal zipper.
See plastic surgery before and after. Don't miss Plastic Surgery, Thursday, only on Tech TV. It's time for some cool stuff.
When you've got to go, you've got to go. But if you find yourself at a Virginia metro station, be ready to go space-age style. This stainless steel throne made by Exelo is self-cleaning. It comes complete with retractable seat, push-button toilet paper, a sink with sensors, and the soothing sounds of Burt Bacharach. But beware, you only have 10 minutes to finish your business because the door automatically opens. Calling out to all clumsy clods and butterfingers. Yeah, you know who you are. Wish your laptop had an airbag? Well, now it can. Sort of. The new IBM ThinkPads T41 and R50 are equipped with what's called the Active Protection System. A sensor chip detects rapid acceleration, such as a falling laptop, then parks the hard drive to protect the data during the crash. Driving the dark can be difficult, but not when you have a night driver riding shotgun. This dashboard device from Raytheon is now available in the Hummer H2.
Stay tuned for more cool stuff, only on Tech TV.
It's the Screensavers! Woo!
The Screensavers, the daily variety show made for the tech enthusiast.
I'm Patrick Norton. And I'm Leo Laporte.
Featuring guests, celebrities.
If you don't see a geek, you can feel a geek.
Technology advice.
250 gigs? 250 gigabytes on a single drive.
And plenty of fun.
So a screwdriver went, okay, I'm out of here.
Pat and Leo and the team have all the answers. The Screensavers is next. Here are some useful sites from Tech TV. Do you want to take a vacation but can't decide between Quebec or Hawaii? Check out picturesofplaces.com. This site has links to pictures of exotic places from around the globe. Just click on a country and select a region or a city and explore. You can check out photos from Hong Kong to Scotland. And if you want to go on an adventure without your computer, try geocaching.com. All you need is a global positioning system or GPS device. Geocaching sends you out into the world in search of a little hidden treasure. The idea is to take you to a scenic location you may not normally visit and maybe learn something about the area. Choose a country, click on a cache you want to find. It'll give you the coordinates in longitude and latitude, and you'll use your GPS to find the right spot. For more useful sites, go to techtv.com.
The reason NASA is looking for alternate planets to live on. It's Adam Setzler and Morgan Webb.
Welcome back to X-Play.
Now, even though the movie tanked, that didn't stop Vivendi Universal from making a Cat in the Hat game.
And somewhere Dr. Seuss is rolling over in his grave.
Here's our review of Dr. Seuss, The Cat in the Hat.
Let's get this party started.
Yes, it's Le Chat dans le Chapeau. For those of you not from France, or if you miss the telltale red striped hatted feline, we're talking Cat in the Hat. Unfortunately, for this rendering of the cat, the doctor is not in. The constantly moving, colorful world may delightfully distract the very young, but it bears very little resemblance to Seuss's art. They have faithfully captured Mike Myers' scary, cat-like rodent look from the movie. And look, it's famous serious character actor Alec Baldwin, taking one for the kiddies. What a guy. The cat and fish trade quips throughout the game.
What do you know? You drink from the same bowl you swim in.
Though realms showcase an active three-dimensional environment, The cat pretty much creeps along on a 2D axis.
I need somewhere to...
Apparently, your job is to chase Alec Baldwin into one of the many world portals scattered throughout the house. Each world is based on the item you're accessing. Once inside, gameplay is comprised of a pretty standard maze navigation and item collection system. The game throws a cloudish bestiary at you, but with your trusty umbrella, your only weapon, by the way, you can turn your would-be attackers into ammunition against other obstacles. Transportation within the game is really just more eye candy. Activation simply generates cutscenes. An exception is the navigable floating bubble. The easy-to-follow predefined path will definitely be helpful for ages 3 to 5. Parents should rest assured that the game is laundered, starched, and Martinized of any salacious content.
I came, I saw, I kicked its ass! Yes, this is family entertainment, isn't it?
Strangely, though the game really seems to target younger, first-time gamers, boss fights and bonus levels seem to lean towards a higher skill level. Acquiring Gunamite brings a much-needed kinetic lift to the game because, let's face it, shooting bubbles at things from the tip of a cartoon umbrella tends to soften you to the point of a deep snooze. At the end of the day, the game does have some ambitiously rendered realms, and its gabby, bubbly voice is solely meant to delight.
You can now explore a whole new world.
But gameplay is relatively shallow and will generate fatigue quickly. Unlike a Dr. Seuss book where each page turned grants access to a whole new world, this Cat in the Hat is strictly Hollywood, and each level will begin feeling the same. The Who's are hollerin' and Hortons hit the road. We give Cat in the Hat a 2 out of 5.
I do not like it on a goat. I do not like it on a boat. I do not like this stupid game. I do not like it. It is lame.
Wow, look out, Sylvia Plath.
Sylvia Plath is dead.
So is Dr. Seuss. And it's a good thing he is, because if he were alive, he'd throttle his estate for shamelessly licensing his most beloved work. Stop selling out my childhood and making it into bad games and movies. What's next? The Goodnight Moon first-person shooter? The Very Hungry Caterpillar survival horror title? Blech.
Or an Everybody Poop strategy game. It could happen.
Up next, organized crime is cuter when it's tiny in Gangland.
It's time for a medical minute.
What's a spa without that great spa smell? Those fragrant oils that throw off pleasant aromas.
So those smells, whatever they are, whether they're sandalwood or orange, can help relax them.
Aromatherapy, as it's called, calms the savage beast. Thing is, we don't just mean the human beast.
They would sometimes spit at each other, they'd throw things, they'd poke sticks at each other.
At Denver Zoo, the orangutans don't get all that sick or rowdy anymore. The zookeeper credits a little basil in the air.
Since we've been offering that to him, he's only had a couple upset stomachs, and he used to get them much more often. I was happily surprised that it definitely works.
There's not a lot of science to back up aromatherapy, but there is a lot of human experience. Whatever tames Denver's orangutans may also help their keepers control their allergies.
Relieve some of the congestion. And so it's just a nice way to be able to deal with that.
In any case, somebody spells a good idea. Other zoos may adopt aromatherapy, even some stables, since horses already get a lot of massage therapy.
The next article you might be seeing is on aromatherapy for, Seabiscuit or something like that.
Nothing like good aromas to tame the animal within, even the ones we call human.
Get your daily dose of medical minutes only on Tech TV.
I don't like the term nerd.
I really still don't know what a nerd is.
You're a nerd in life and you'll be a nerd always.
Nerd Nation, Mondays only on Tech TV.
Hermetically sealed for your protection. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan West.
Welcome back to X-Play.
Hey, Sopranos fans, we have a strategy game where you get to play a mobster, but he's all itty-bitty and adorably vicious.
It's like Diablo with organized criminals. Here's our preview of Gangland.
say hello to my little friend. Okay, so I'm no Tony Montana, but damn, I love being a mobster. This is Gangland from Whiptail Interactive. It's part Mafia Tycoon, part Diablo in Little Italy, and part Crazy Taxi with drive-by shootings. A new hybrid of gaming delight where every day above ground is a good day. The success of GTA has sparked a lot of the same type of games, but while Gangland is no mere knockoff, it owes a lot to the reigning crime spree champion. The goal is to rise to the head of the family, but your path there may take many different turns. You talking to me? There's no one else here. You must be talking to me.
Get lost, scumbag. Paid enough.
It's murder out there. Okay, you start by working for a local crime boss, doing his dirty work.
I've got a job for you.
Shaking down store owners.
Sure, I'll pay the family.
Tapping the odd songbird until you can collect enough resources, skills, and minions to make it on your own. On the way to the top, you can hire dozens of henchmen and will ultimately have a small army working for you.
Go back to Mama, you CCS.
Multiplayer mode was not available in our preview, but it will let you compete against your friends in a race to become the most powerful crime lord in town. In the game, almost everyone carries a gun, and the cops are no better than the crooks. From your enemy's bagman to the innocent schmuck whose car you need, almost everyone on the street is a mark. You can extort local businesses for steady dinero or take them over completely. Also, taking over an arms dealer shop is the only way to get better firepower. Oh, and you can use the shop's back room for nefarious activities like gambling or prostitution.
I'll be loyal to you, boss.
Someday, it will all be mine. Gangland looks to bring a mix of game styles together with a little something for everyone. Every bloodthirsty sociopath with a bent towards organized crime, that is. We'll have a full review in the months to come. Oh, and don't forget to bring the cannolis.
My sunglasses are broken.
Cute little mobsters. The violence and drug abuse seems almost quaint when they're so little. And the itty-bitty strippers, they just sort of wiggle at you in their underwear.
Oh, hello, little strippers.
Yeah.
Hi.
Coming up. Warm up your mouse-clicking finger. It's Uru, Ages Beyond Mist.
Get more from the web. Here are some useful sites from Tech TV. Visit the world at lonelyplanet.com. Here you can access maps, language guides, and local activities for just about any place on the globe. Just click the country and city you'd like to know more about, and information about events, getting around, history, and more are at your fingertips. Read posted travel tips on the message boards, or even post your own. And Lonely Planet includes plenty of local links to give you the rest of the story. But before flying off to Singapore, you might want to see what the traffic is like. Log on to earthcam.com to find links to tons of live webcams from around the world. Search for cameras, or browse through categories like weather cams. It's sunny in Helsinki. Or scenic shots. Hey, nice view of the parking lot. You can even add your own webcam to the site. For more useful sites, visit techtv.com. Restoring, resculpting, renewing. Plastic surgery can create the ideal image. Join Tech TV as we follow patients into the operating room for a first-hand look at the science and technology that make modern surgery possible.
The special suturing technique involves the suture going back and forth like an internal zipper.
See plastic surgery before and after. Don't miss Plastic Surgery, Thursday, only on Tech TV. It's time for some cool stuff.
Hardcore Jeep fans, you might want to grab some Tums. Chrysler unveiled the Jeep Trail concept vehicle at the Tokyo Motor Show, and it looks more like a toy than a truck. This funky 4x4 is designed to use drive-by-wire technology and a zero-emission fuel cell. Not exactly your grandpappy's Jeep. And believe it or not, this ultra-compact has space for up to 3 passengers. It's the world's largest pillow fight. That's right, 700 people packed a punch in New York's Central Park. It took 2 minutes of pillow pounding to secure a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. Not even the rain could dampen this pillow palooza. Who better than Sir Richard Branson to pull off this look? The self-made billionaire is looking to be the next gadget guru with his new Virgin Pulse line of electronics. There's 15 new products for the hip at heart.
Stay tuned for more cool stuff, only on Tech TV. Coming up next on Tech TV, the variety show for technology's biggest fans, The Screensavers, is next. Want more Tech TV? Go to techtv.com for in-depth stories, video clips, and plenty of links to get the most out of technology every day. Explore Tech TV's global community of message boards, or email a question directly to your favorite show. More Tech TV all in one place at techtv.com.
Boldly going nowhere. It's Adam Sessler and Morgan West.
We go places.
Well, I went somewhere once.
Oh, was it fun? Oh, okay. Well, welcome back to X-Play.
When the first Myst game came out in 1995, I was much younger, and also its lush graphics and immersive play got millions of people addicted to point-and-click adventures.
And at the time, it was a truly revolutionary title for the PC, and it spawned a number of sequels.
Now, the latest chapter in the Myst saga is in full 3D, and it's the first game in the series to offer a third-person perspective.
Now, does it live up to its predecessors? Here's our review of Uru, Ages Beyond Myst.
The Myst series has a bad rap with gamers. Yes, it sold well. No, you don't kill anyone. Uru Ages Beyond Myst is an adventure game where you wander around clicking things until you hit on the exact order to click certain clickable spots. This third-person perspective is new for the series, so the first thing you're going to have to do is create your character. I was a little disappointed in the character creator. This is as ugly as I could make Adam. Oh, but he would definitely wear Birkenstocks. I can't deal with you. I'm going to play as me. Well, blonde me. So now you'll find yourself running and jumping. Well, no one expected the game to achieve Mario-like heights of platforming bliss. You turn out to be a pathetic and ungainly jumper. And don't you hate it when you see ledges you know you could easily climb in real life? But alas, Morgan doesn't seem to have any upper body strength.
You are a weakling.
The story goes that archaeologists have discovered the remnants of a Denise city buried in the New Mexico desert. People all around the world, Morgan here included, are suddenly drawn to the ruins. You search for clues as to why the civilization fell.
For thousands of years, the city lived beneath the surface.
There are 4 ages to explore, and each age, of course, is packed with puzzles. You can jump from age to age through linking books. See how reading can be rewarding? And you may end up doing a lot of reading. Now, Uru was originally supposed to support Uru Live, where people could gather their virtual selves in virtual locales and scratch their virtual heads together while solving virtual puzzles. Then reality hit. Before the live portion could even complete beta testing, it was canceled. And lots of content got canceled too, and as the game ships now, it's shorter than other Myst games. But have no fear, that lost content will be adapted and released in expansion packs. Do I even need to mention the art? It's amazing, detailed, gorgeous, and any other superlatives you can think of. This game will make even the beefiest video cards sweat at the highest detail settings. Uru Ages of Myst certainly isn't for everyone, but with an open mind, you may find there's more to gaming than just an itchy trigger finger. This game is classic Myst with a new twist. It's a shame it's only the start of an epic, but we can't wait for more. It gets a 4 out of 5. Sit, Uru, sit. Good dog.
I'm glad you think it's funny to portray me as a dog.
Stop whining. That's you. Right, now that he's gone, I have a sneak peek at a brand new first-person shooter from Sammy, and it's about a zombie-slaying vampire cowboy. Here's the trailer for Dark Watch.
What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss?
Well, a trailer for a game about vampire cowboys.
I always miss the good stuff, Morgan.
Yeah, that's true. Stop whining. Stop whining. Ow! That never gets old. Hey, if you'd like to know more, visit our website, which is at techtv.com/xplay. And are you okay there?
It's just my femur.
Good boy. You did good. Why don't you tell them what's at the website?
Oh, yes, we're going to be doing a viewer mod. Yeah. This is when we're letting you, the fans, decide which reviews you want to see, which clothes you want us to wear, and a bunch of other stuff, like whether or not I live or die.
Is this whole thing a good idea?
I think so. Well, they said it was. Anyway, you can find more about it on our website, and that's where you do the voting as well in all the various categories.
Yes, and that's at techtv.com/xplay. Go online and vote now. We also have reviews of every game we've ever reviewed. So you can read them and check the scores and find out if you should buy it or not.
Yes, even if it's for a system that's already dead, like the Dreamcast. But do that, and also sign up for our newsletter, because that'll give you a heads up on what's coming on every show, every night that the show's on.
Yes. Ready? Get out of here.
Why do I do?
Coming up on the final edition of Extended Play. Gaming keeps you from going outside, but how else can it help the environment? Giddy up, we see if Gallop Racer can create a virtual sea biscuit. And we return to the arts and magic of live-action role-playing. Stick around.
I told you I should have been along for the ride.
It's game time. Hello and welcome to Extended Play, where playing games all day can actually get you a promotion. The ozone layer, the Amazon rainforest, video games. First glance, it doesn't seem like these things have much in common, but if you think about it, there are quite a few environmental messages hidden among all the shooting and the jumping. So, as part of Tech TV's Help the Planet Week, we asked the question, are games going green? On nature, conservation of the environment. Both are naturally linked to die, bitch! Video games. Hey, I'm not kidding. I'll admit, most games are about the complete annihilation of other characters, countries, or maybe even worlds. And some of the more popular games don't tend to take the Earth or Earth-like organisms into consideration. Still, some games throw in a message or philosophy about the environment, whether you realize it or not.
I think there is a connection between gaming and some kind of awareness of the environment, although clearly it's unintentional.
Mankind has destroyed everything, and you're humanity's last hope.
Me? But I'm not military. Wasn't there anyone else?
It's clear that there are many video games that instill very positive values in people who play them. And in fact, I think anyone who has picked up a Will Wright game will talk about the kind of effect it had on the way they think about their life or the world around them by playing SimCity and looking at how trash influences the growth of a city.
Whether it's a city or industrial recycling or an ecosystem, I think that for me is one of the big values of games, is that, you know, a kid can sit there and play with this very complex system and start to realize that, you know, the obvious solution isn't always the right solution.
Munch's Odyssey is another great example in recent years of a game that teaches conservation, if not manners. The game quickly and clearly shows that people who ruin the environment suck.
Step right up. Oh!
Even a game like Mario Sunshine, which is a much more abstract look at what the effects of environmental hazards or, you know, garbage and oil spills and things like that. I think you are basically teaching the players something about how the world works and how to think about the world.
But I think moving forward, you're going to start to see more themes that kind of explore these kinds of ideas. You know, as goofy as some of the stories can wind up being in some of the Metal Gear and Final Fantasy games, there are actually good, you know, interesting lessons behind them.
And if we're lucky, maybe gamers will apply those lessons to real life. Coming up on Extended Play. If you like horses but don't like the stable smell, check out Gallop Racer. And it's another trip to the jungle this year with Line of Sight. Welcome back to Extended Play. Littered among the bus driving simulators and games where you play a mosquito, one of the most popular game forms in Japan is horse racing. Now, while that sport isn't small time here in the States, we haven't seen much of it in video games. Well, things might change with Gallop Racer. A horse racing game. How can that be a good thing? You might be surprised. Gallop Racers 2003 is one of the most subtle, strategy-oriented racers we've ever seen. You start your career with horses one step away from the glue factory. As you win races, you will get cash to buy better and better horses. But you'll need a lot of patience. Until you get the hang of the subtle control scheme, you're going to get a lot of nice views of horses' butts from a distance. Run, you stupid nag! And subtle the controls are. A good start is a matter of hitting the start meter at just the right time. Lean forward just a bit to speed up, tug the reins to ease into the right position, and ever so lightly tap your mount for a burst of speed in a stretch. Right here, I'm not touching the controller at all. Each horse has its own unique traits. Some horses want to lead the whole race. Some are more comfortable staying in the pack until the last stretch. If you push a pack horse to the front too soon, you'll always get past at the end. Gallop Racers is not for everyone. If you want a game full of arcade action, stay away. But if you like NASCAR-style strategy, you can place a bet to win on Gallop Racer 2003. We give it a 4 out of 5.
Yahoo! You're the winner!
The claustrophobic jungle environment of America's war in Vietnam is the perfect setting for a first-person shooter, emphasizing stealth and surprise. Line of Sight Vietnam captures the feel of a Green Beret Special Operations with a single-player campaign featuring 12 missions.
The enemy were headed for the ruined buildings, dragging the injured co-pilot along.
Whatever your goal, you'll spend most of your time in Infogram's new title, crawling through the windblown underbrush while stopping every few feet to carefully scout for camouflaged enemies. Since most missions put you somewhere behind enemy lines, the jungle is teeming with Viet Cong soldiers who seem to have superhuman powers when it comes to detecting you. Countering their abilities is your own superpower, the sniper rifle. That's right. Walk softly and carry a big sniper rifle.
Open up on them.
Despite the availability of a dozen or so arrow weapons, including but not limited to a rocket launcher, your sniper rifle will by far see the most action. In a nod towards realism, players can however die from a single hit, which happens a lot, especially when there's limited visibility. Man down! Although there are some solo missions, most of the game puts you in command of a two-person squad. You control both soldiers directly, albeit one at a time. Any squad members not directly under your control will do their best to follow your orders. Check your fire. And try and remember where we left the car. The terrain in Line of Sight Vietnam is among the best jungle design in a game yet. The variety of underbrush and tree life plus realistic rain and fog effects combine to give players some idea of the difficulty of close jungle combat. I don't know. Medic! At $20, Line of Sight qualifies as a worthy bargain title with above-average graphics and solid war-is-hell gameplay. We give it a suitably evil 3 out of 5. Coming up on Extended Play, we get baseball tips from the Anaheim Angels' David Eckstein. And like things that return frequently, the Army men are back. Welcome back to Extended Play. As you may know, we here at Extended Play are set to go Hulk and transform into our late-night incarnation, X-Play. So in honor of that, we're dusting off some fine memories from the past 4.5 years. And one of the things we love to do here on the show is find a sports star and apply their playing know-how to our gaming know-how. And nothing was better than to talk to an actual winner, as we did with David Eckstein, the lead hitter for the 2002 World Champion Anaheim Angels. High Heat 2003 is one of the latest baseball titles to hit the PC and the PS2. It also has all the home run excitement that you'd expect from the 3DO series. But if you can't stand the heat, then get out of the kitchen or go seek professional help. Extended Play did just that when we headed to the old ballpark and caught up with Anaheim Angels all-star shortstop David Eckstein and got a few tips on the best way to knock them out of the park.
I'm the type of guy that likes to go out and play it first instead of reading the instructions. You know, play first, see how it feels, then go back and see what it is, what keys you need to be adjusting to. I never read the manual until I've already played it. And that game, I like to go the fastball way to start out. Later on, you know, it depends who you have pitching for you. Go with the slider and then the changeup. When you got like an 0-2 count, 1-2 count, or if they got runners in scoring position, you like to throw a little outside and see if they chase to get a ground ball or something, or just a swing and miss. Feeling, it depends if you've got a fast runner on base. You know, if you have Erstead on there or something like that, you definitely would take off running. But you know, some other guys, you just play station to station. If you have first and second, you know, use that bunt. But it's hard to bunt with just a man on first in that game. You want to swing for the home run, so you try to play aggressively, a lot more aggressively than in the real life. I definitely try to swing for the fences in the game, but it's pretty much realistic. I usually get jammed a lot and have a ball fall right in front of the right fielder or something like that.
In an effort to milk the Heroes of Might and Magic franchise to death, 3DO has now unleashed Winds of War. This is the second expansion pack for Heroes 4 to see the light of day in less than a year. For fans of the long-running strategy series, this means 6 new campaigns to work through. Each one lets you play as an invading force in the land of Sharon. There's a barbarian, a wizard, a little pansy elf, and some undead skeleton dude, and...
Spasmaticus, a young king on a mad quest to rule the world.
Ooh, a mad quest? Count me in! The campaigns all play well, and the graphics and core rules of Heroes 4 have aged nicely. Developer New World Computing also included new musical selections, and they are the same high-quality compositions we've come to expect from the series. What we didn't expect was the slew of standalone scenarios that are actually amateur maps created by fans of the game. While some play quite well, others are not the quality you expect when you're shelling out cash for an expansion. In fact, at $30, Winds of War isn't worth it, as there's just not enough new material. Die-hard Heroes fans will no doubt run out and buy this anyway. But for the rest of you, save your money. Extended Play gives Heroes of Might and Magic 4 Winds of War a 2 out of 5.
Green War efforts are seriously threatened, but the legend of the merciless Tan Baron has found few challengers brave enough to stop him.
Much as a newsreel about the mythical war between Green and Tan Army men might imply that there's some fun to be had with 3DO's latest offering for the GameCube, the simple fact of the matter is that the game is a total disappointment. Army Men Air Attack has already played out over other platforms, and fans of the series should probably get their heads examined. For the uninitiated, however, the game allows players to assume the role of veteran Green Army pilot Bill Blade.
I told you I should have been along for the ride.
Apparently, Bill is the only plastic ace with the chops to take down the rival Tan Uber pilot, Baron Von Beige.
I have arrived.
What follows is a series of 20 missions that play out over 10 real-world locations, very much like you might find in your own backyard. While this might sound like fun at a glance, I very much doubt the game can hold your interest beyond the first few levels.
I'll ride shotgun for you, man.
Helping Blade along are a couple of co-pilots whose areas of expertise vary between napalm bombs and being able to call in a parachute drop.
We're on the way!
Additionally, there are a variety of weapons power-ups available.
Machine gun!
And perhaps most notably is your chopper's ability to crane lift assorted objects like Sparky's dog food bowl here, and then toss them at your assorted enemy types. Whoop-de-doo! Unfortunately, none of this is executed very well, so you're going to end up fighting your sloppy controls more than an actual tan army. So much as we like the idea of escorting a Mr. Potato Face into hostile territory, we can only afford Army Men Air Attack the Elite missions, an underwhelming 2 out of 5.
CO2.
Coming up on Extended Play, grab your face paint and a lot of imagination. We're LARPing. Welcome back to Extended Play. Rally racing is still something of a mud-splattered oddity in the U.S., nor is the racer Colin McRae exactly a household name. But Codemasters is working very hard to change all that, and the results are extremely pleasing. While it's true that Colin McRae Rally 3 offers fewer cars, gameplay modes, and tracks than its previous version, it features a muscular homebrewed game engine that really delivers. Since Colin McRae currently drives the Ford Rally Sport Team, when you play the game, that means you do too. Ultimately, though, a selection of over a dozen cars are unlockable, as well as some modular car improvements and multiplayer options.
4 right tightens to 3 over crest.
Along for the ride in Championship mode is co-driver Nikki Grist, who supplies the navigational notes for you.
And 6 left, into left, and 5 right over crest.
Delivered in Grist's no-nonsense monotone, at first it may seem like gibberish. Soon, however, you'll find yourself taking them very seriously. Or else. Alternately, if you'd like to increase the overall gibberish factor, you can have them address you in French.
Prudence, long par-dessus crête.
What? Sounds awesome, doesn't it? Well, it is, for the most part. But a few minor annoyances keep it on the other side of the velvet rope from our 5-star lounge. For example, why does our speeding rally car occasionally knock a big A-frame boundary marking advertisement sign effortlessly aside, and yet get stopped cold when we hit a spindly road sign pole? That ain't right. Similarly frustrating, sometimes the boundary marking adverts will suddenly open up a can of a movable object on you. I'm all confused.
30.
These niggly inconsistencies aside, Colin McRae Rally 3 is a beautiful, realistic, and smooth translation of the rally racing experience. Challengingly addictive, we're giving it a check it out. 4 out of 5.
4 right over crest.
Ah, nature. Trees, the clean air, the silence, the nights, the elves, fighting, together. There's something serious happening here, and I'm going to find out what's going on.
Paradise!
I'm Caleb Durst. I'm a SAR, half feline, half human, basically.
I'm Midnight the Half-Orc, protector of Ecclesia.
What's going on? There's a murder, attempted murder committed a week ago. What's going on?
My friend, when you deal with nobles, everything goes much more out of proportion than it should be.
So what's going on exactly? This man has attempted murder on a Blood Talon and an Earth Coalition member. I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah! Orc power!
Apparently somebody has annoyed somebody else here. That much I know is going on.
Okay. Arrest him!
Why are you going to arrest him? Too magic!
Does it have a wall of power around it? No, then no, you don't have a battle arena.
What exactly is going on right here?
Right now what happened is some hill giants which are very tall. One of our friends, our half-orc, Midnight, the leader of our Earth Coalition, he got into an honorable combat. As well as the mediator war, as well as
All right, you a Niners fan?
Try to. Yes, I am.
Yeah, I saw that Mariucci thing coming from a mile away. How about you?
I don't know.
We're going to do this by the numbers, everyone. The fighters are going to be up front. We want casters backpacking the fighters. Who has life spells here? Raise your hand.
Onwards to victory!
Seems the battle has begun.
Fight,
No matter how many times you see this, you really just can't get used to just the gravity of the carnage.
All right, come on, get the wood over here.
Just want to double check about why you have to burn the trolls after you kill them.
They regenerate. So if they burn them, they can't regenerate.
You never know when you're going to get hit with a death spell or something bad.
Right.
So you might as well enjoy what life you've got while you've got it. You know?
Oh, that's a very simple and beautiful philosophy, especially from a rat.
Another day of justice served.
It's the end of the day, and like all good warriors, it's time to go home. I've seen some orcs, I've seen some knights, I've seen some stuff I'm not going to forget anytime soon. That has got to hurt. Really, he was one of the saddest looking jesters I ever did see. If you'd like to learn more about live-action role-playing or live-action anything, you can find it all at our website, extendedplay.com. And while you're there, read the reviews for all the games covered on today's show. Well, this is it, the final episode of Extended Play, as we move on to a bigger, brighter, and racier future on X-Play starting April 28th. Now, that show's going to have a new set, so we've got to give a goodbye to the Metreon here, and I think I'm going to start to miss this place. All these memories.
You've been here for over 2 years. It's time to find a new arcade.
Okay, well, until X-Play, game over. Well, let me get my knapsack. You know, my bag's in there. Bye, Metreon. Bye, guy who works here. Bye, electronic information board. Bye, kid. Bye, security guard. Ow, my eyes hurt. It's so bright. Ow! That in the air is like fresh or something. I don't understand what's going on. What's all this stuff out here? What is everyone doing? Adam! Out there! Ow! Oh, here we go. All right, take a deep breath. You're a special guy.
Today on X-Play, toilet humor goes mainstream in Neighbors from Hell. We play with controllers and get up and dance. It's Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004. Shake it, baby. It's game time. Please welcome two people who have been tagged and released into the wild. Adam Sessler and Morgan West.
All Marlon Perkins. It was all him. Welcome to X-Play.
We have an exciting show for you today. Why, you ask? You ask why? And I have a reason. We have a preview of Rainbow Six 3 for the Xbox.
Yay!
Yay!
We also have the hotly anticipated 2004 installment of the Tiger Woods PGA game. This is perhaps the best golf sim out there.
Plus, we have a strategy game where you get to play as God or Satan.
Good, tough choices there. And due to the flood of email we've gotten about it, we're showing a little something, a tiny little something that we picked up at the Tokyo Game Show. We're going to show that just one more time.
As some of you know what we're talking about. And if you don't, well, we'll show it to you later.
So don't worry, we'll find out. Plus, Morgan is going to check out all those peripherals with the air cooling and the new designs and the goop.
And the stuff. None of them came with the goop. Okay, but first, a game that you must be a complete jerk to win. Here's our review of the appropriately titled Neighbors from Hell. Neighbors from Hell is a mean-spirited puzzle game that is bizarrely presented in the format of a situation comedy. You enter the neighbor's house, greet your adoring fans in the audience, then go from room to room setting up practical jokes, booby-trapping the neighbor's belongings, and committing random acts of vandalism. The game itself is simple and played with only the mouse.
You search for and explore clickable points, and use the items you find in combination with the environment to create misery and havoc. Here, I'm taking an egg from the fridge and stick it in the microwave to create a terrible mess. Not that I'm giving you any ideas for practical jokes, though I have to admit I may have gotten a couple. Maybe it's funnier in the game. You need to set these tricks up while your neighbor is not in the room. If he catches you, he'll, not surprisingly, beat the living crap out of you. You can't really blame him. You kind of deserve it. The challenge lies in finding the best order for your pranks, because your ratings go up if he runs into several tricks in a row. Since you know putting laxative in his beer is going to send him bolting for the crapper, why not take the opportunity to get his toilet nice and clogged? Despite the hilarity of replacing someone's candy with toxic bath beads, there are some problems with the game. The neighbor's routine can be overly predictable, and there's often only one right way to solve the levels. And the game is short. If it lasts you more than half a day, you're in luck. Since you're under pressure to constantly lay the next trick and get out of the room, you'll rarely have a chance to see the satisfying results of your labors. Isn't this the whole point of the game? You can set the camera to scroll to the action each time your neighbor falls into a trap, but when you're timing your actions to the second, there's often no time to revel in his misery. Neighbors from Hell definitely has some challenging puzzle-solving action. But its galling brevity, combined with the inability to actually watch the results of your tricks, make it a one-shot deal at best, with little replay value. Except perhaps in real life. We give Neighbors from Hell a tricksy 2 out of 5.
I actually enjoyed Neighbors from Hell.
Go with it.
Well, it's kind of, I mean, it's really short. It's really short, but it's kind of fun, and I didn't find it so mean-spirited because it's cartoon people. I did feel kind of bad for the neighbor. He just seemed like some poor, nice, old, lonely man. You're breaking into his house and destroying everything he holds dear.
Well, you know, he's
It's a little
alone,
weird.
so he must have done something wrong.
Oh, that's right.
Of course,
How do you
Morgan
explain
must have
that?
liked the game because you routinely hit me, torture me, hurt me, wound me on television. So, of
Shut
course,
up.
this is it. Hey,
Okay, speaking of hell, our next game is called Heaven and Hell.
That is the worst transition ever.
Don't make me hit you again. Okay, so it's a strategy game where you play a good or evil god.
Kind of like Populous or Black and White or even Pikmin. Only those games are much better. Here's our review of Heaven and Hell.
I'm a god. I'm a god. You tiny dudes are dead. I float weightlessly above you, angry, disdainful of all you pathetic acts. Beware my wrath, worthless refuse of my making. Driving Jesuits.
What happened? Am I supposed to feel all-powerful over this ant farm? Heaven and Hell, Live and Let Die, has very little to do with anything in its title. It should be called Tiny Clunky Light-Colored Dudes Commingling with Little Clunky Tabasco-Colored Guys. As the Celestial CEO, you'll appoint an ambassador of your vision to roam around a mind-numbingly boring game space bringing religion to the masses.
Yes, sir.
Which, as history tells us, leads to nothing but trouble. In the gamer's case, this will only lead to tedium. Conversion is based on a series of very simple routines. You blow into town, cast a vision of an angel, follow it up with a scoop of rainbow, and then preach to them until they're buying whatever it is that you're selling. Should you decide to play a nice deity, your sermon-slinging prophet's name is Baptismon. Baptismon is a lousy name for a prophet. I'm sorry. His evil counterpart is Baptismael, the Baptist. Yes, that too is a lame name with very little divine intervention in the imagination department. Other prophets spring to your side in later levels. Their unique contributions are hard to see. Hey, what's going on down there? The Enforcer class is known as Beat Up Oban. His evil counterpart is known as Beat Up Male, and has this slick little spell called Heavy Metal, where he drives his troops' fury with sheets of chunky guitar chords. Another odd feature of the Enforcer class is their conversion by the sword mentality. Basically, the soldiers enter a town and just start randomly whooping the Jesus out of unsuspecting townfolk until they see the righteousness of your words. Why would the good guys do this? So, you're probably thinking, there must be some cool fighting elements in this game. And why wouldn't you? It's supposed to be an epic struggle between good and evil. Forget about it. This is about as Armageddon as it gets, folks. Evil seems to really have the dark, groovy encampment you'll want to visit at Burning Man next year. Cool evil sounds, dancing fire demon, leg of locust, you get the picture. The good side just seems like something out of a kid's picture book in the dentist's office. This game will feel like a long sermon delivered through a Stephen Hawking voice box. Good in theory, but the ride's just too damn long. We give it a 2 out of 5.
Okay, so it's mostly how.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, save your money, strategy fans. If you want a decent game with sort of the God concept going on, try Black and White.
And if you're a console who wants to play a strategy game with an easy interface, try Pikmin. You know, you get to order all those cute little aliens around those plants. They're like, ooh.
Oh, you're a cute little alien, aren't you? You're just like Mork.
Nanu, nanu.
Coming up, golfers shake their groove bang. In Tiger Woods 2004.
And now it's another Get Into Gear giveaway clue to win a 2004 BMW Z4 plus cool daily prizes.
Leo Laporte here. Louis-Jacques Monde Daguerre was the inventor of the first practical process of photography.
That's the clue. Now log on to techtv.com/getintogear and take the Get Into Gear quiz. And keep watching Tech TV weeknights anytime between 7 p.m. and 1 a.m. Eastern till October 31st for more clues and more chances to win. It's Tech TV's Get Into Gear giveaway, brought to you by RCA.
Here they are, Miss America, Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb.
Yeah, we're like the Voltron Lions. You know, we come together to form one beauty queen.
Like Master Blaster.
We're the Manitou.
Okay, we're nerds. We're back. And we have a golf sim.
Yes, it's Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004. That's this year, and it's from EA Sports. Ah! Look at that.
He's looking at me.
Too intently. It's like he's going to come and mess up my hotel room.
Okay. The 2001 installment of the series became the first golf game to use the analog stick to control the swing of your club. It's genre-defining.
Yes, it was. But this 2004 game, it has Cedric the Entertainer in it, which is kind of like an analog swing, except it has nothing to do with it at all. Oh, God. Here's our review of Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004. Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004 is not your granddaddy's golf game. Sure, it has some of the frustrations related to real-life golf there. But this golf game is all about attitude, style, and such a wide assortment of addictive features. You will want to kiss Mario and his Toadstool Tour goodbye.
Nice shot.
To be fair, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004 is not radically different from 2002's version. Both include many of the same modes and feature a near-identical swing system, which involves quickly flicking the analog stick back and forth to simulate the natural stroke of a real club. PGA Tour 2004 differs from previous installments in the sheer number of options offered to you. Chief among the additions is the ability to create your own golfer with one of the best character editing tools ever released. This is even more fun than the actual golf portion of the game. It's sort of like Barbie Golf Edition. I didn't even know there were this many hairstyles. Shall we go with the loose ponytail? Oh yes, that's the look of a pro golfer. We can also adjust the distance between the eyes, the shape of the brows, the size of noses, jaw length, and even the gap between the teeth. Players can also customize different animations for swinging the club or celebrating. The character models look great too, and while their faces may have had one too many Botox injections, they'll pump fists, wave their clubs, break dance, and perform other silky smooth moves that inject some much-needed personality into what is traditionally a snuffy sport.
1, 2, meet me outside.
From the moment DMX's Party Up plays in the background, you'll be partying up on the fairway. The action is fast. The commentary is ripe with dry humor.
You'd probably say that flat out sucked.
And the desire to personalize your character is too good to pass up. Though the game hasn't changed that dramatically, Tiger Woods' PGA Tour 2004 marks the first significant upgrade to the series since it moved to an analog-based swing system. With a staggering amount of courses and ways to play, this game won't need to switch drivers to get more distance. We give it a 4 out of 5.
On the hole for a nice birdie there.
He's so dreamy.
Huh?
Okay, this is a great golf game, but okay, if you want something a little less sim-like and a little less serious, try Mario Golf, Toadstool Tour, or Hot Shots Golf 3.
Yeah, once again, this game is proving that you just can't go too wrong with an EA Sports title unless it's Triple Play Baseball 2001. I'm never going to give up on that.
All right, now we'll be back with that special footage we promised you at the top of the show.
You feel the magic?
Oh.
Up next, Morgan deals with her control issues.
Win a BMW Z4. Tech TV's Get Into Gear giveaway. It's on now.
Soylent Green is Adam Setzler and Morgan Webb.
Okay. Welcome back.
You know what pisses me off?
Whoa, yeah, what?
Okay, well, sometimes the announcer. But it really pisses me off when people try and sell you just crap.
This is a rather strong position to take at the start of the block. Are we talking about, like, novelty dog crap? You know, poop in the hand?
No, I'm talking about, like, the crap that you don't need or the stuff that doesn't work right. Like all those third-party controllers. They're almost all lame and they never work right. And they always try and convince you that, oh, they're better than the controllers from the company that you got for free already. But meanwhile, you spent, like, $25 on just plastic crap.
You got anger.
I know. I'm cheap, basically. But I had anger, and I took care of my problem. Watch this.
When you buy a console, you get controllers for free. So why do other companies try and sell you their controllers?
Take the Nostromo by Belkin. It's supposed to be more comfortable than other controllers. But really, what the hell is going on here?
Do you get really excited when you're playing a game? Yeah, can't sit still, can you? Another reason to get a third-party controller is to cut the cord and go wireless. This is the Predator wireless controller for the PS2. The R and L buttons are in a weird position, and it's big for a PlayStation controller. And no one ever takes connection loss as the reason you're getting your ass beat at Soul Calibur.
Dude, you suck!
It's the controller.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not that you just suck?
Xianghua wins!
I said no mercy!
Can we shoot this?
Yes, we can. Now, the wireless controllers we like are from Logitech for the Xbox and the PS2, and for the GameCube, look no further than Nintendo's own Wavebird.
It gets pretty stressful, doesn't it? You're being super sneaky in Splinter Cell, your nerves are shot, and your palms are so sweaty they're dripping into your shoes. So you think, hey, I'm gonna get an air-conditioned controller. So you go and you pick up Nyko's Airflow for your Xbox. And your hands do seem to be cooler, but it feels cheaply made, and the buttons aren't as responsive, and no one ever believes it's the controller.
Hey, you remember that time I said you suck? Yeah. Well, you still suck.
Yeah, you're better off just getting a rag and wiping yourself off. We did, however, notice that the holes in the airflow make it easier to stuff with explosives.
So the controllers aren't so good for playing games, but they are good for stress release.
I feel better.
Yeah, I need to just stress again, it really was the controller that was behind my issues playing the game.
You know, for once, I actually believe you. I actually believe you.
Oh, you know what we forgot to do? We forgot to tell the kids at home they haven't figured out that fireworks are dangerous.
Okay, please don't do that at home. Just because we're stupid doesn't really mean that you have to be.
Right, you don't have to be stupid.
Okay, a couple of weeks ago, we gave you a sneak preview of something that we got to see at the Tokyo Game Show, and many of you got so excited that we showed it to you that you wet your pants. Don't send them to us. We believe you. You wet your pants.
Yeah, so then the rest of you emailed us going, show it again, show it again, show it again. We want to wet our pants.
Yeah, incontinence is fun. So here's a hint. It's an upcoming DVD sequel to a best-selling game.
Okay, so show it again. We hear you. Here it is. It is very cool. One more time. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children.
もう何も起こらないと思っていたのに。
俺は許されたいんだと思う。俺は許されたい。お前の分まで生きよう。そう決めたんだけどな。
It looks like just as amazing the second time. It's really beautiful.
Yeah. The world just got moister right now.
It's really a beautiful, beautiful preview. Okay, everyone is wondering when this movie comes out, and of course when Kingdom Hearts 2 comes out. Advent Children comes out in Japan on DVD in summer 2004. No word yet on the U.S. release.
And unfortunately, Square hasn't announced any release date for Kingdom Hearts 2 either. Now, our best guess is it's coming out in early 2005, but we will let you know as soon as, you know, we hear something else. Like,
yeah.
Maybe we won't tell them if we hear them.
We will.
In a moment.
Hostile eliminated.
Rainbow 6-3 shoots up your console.
You could win a BMW Z4 and other cool prizes from Tech TV. To enter, watch Tech TV anytime Monday through Friday between 7 p.m. and 1 a.m. Eastern. Look for the Get Into Gear clues. Then log on to techtv.com/getintogear to take the quiz. Tech TV's Get Into Gear giveaway. It's on now. Brought to you by RCA.
Sent back from the future to stop you from buying Daikatana, it's Adam Setzler and Morgan Webb.
Yep, we're a little late then.
Welcome back to X-Play. Here's our preview of Rainbow Six 3 for the Xbox.
Placing explosives. Explosives ready.
In a bit of a departure from its predecessors, Rainbow Six 3 for the Xbox features a shifted emphasis towards action. Instead of complicated waypoint plotting, you'll remain in the field as the lead of an elite unit and deliver simple commands without ever missing a beat of action.
Roger. Open and clear.
In the role of Ding Chavez, the commander of a sophisticated counter-terrorist team, you'll lead covert ops that span Europe, the United States, and even South America. The missions vary between noble rescue tasks and, of course, the strategic use of force to stop dirty evildoers. Ding. Plus, you may find yourself disarming their bombs. Let's see, red wire or red wire? Yes, woo! Drinks are on me. Part of the beauty of the upcoming Rainbow Six 3 game, though, is your ability to delegate.
Waiting for orders. Moving now. Securing hostage. Holding position and waiting for orders. Roger. Moving now. Roger. Open flash unclear. Got your 6, Sting. Still waiting for orders.
Ding says don't be so needy. The game's visuals will be an improvement over the PC version. The environments have a realistic quality, and the characters themselves move in lifelike fluid motions. In fact, the right mix of confusing orders can even lead to an impromptu dance-off.
Roger. Roger.
Oh yeah, I like the way you work it. Shake your moneymakers. So the pre-missions will give you an opportunity to outfit yourself with the latest real-world gear. And afterwards in the field, you can put this stuff to the test. You'll be able to use the latest in infrared and heat imaging technology.
Taking fire!
Plus, it might be fun to surprise the perpetrators with an occasional flash bomb. I said surprise the perpetrators! Okay, shake it off. Now, given the level of violence inherent to the game's subject matter, thinking on your feet is going to be crucial. Perhaps the most exciting gameplay feature of Rainbow Six 3 will be its support for Xbox Live, which will offer the option of both team-based cooperative and competitive gameplay, as well as support for voice communication. Hey guys, tell me, is that a Rembrandt?
Roger.
Above and beyond the single-player game, the online options should offer incredible potential for long-term replay value. Look for our full review soon.
And Rainbow Six 3 will be out on the PS2 and the GameCube in late 2004.
Well, I want it, and if you want to find out more about it, go to our website, techtv.com/xplay.
Good night.